Hey you guys, it's Josie and welcome back to my channel. So today we are just going to be doing a little video on what I'm making for dinner and a dessert to go along with that. So for dinner we're going to be making bourbon chicken with some rice. It's really good. However, I usually need to make like 2 batches for our family. However, with this recipe it's really hard to make 2 batches. Like every time I make 2 batches it doesn't do as good as it normally does, but if I just make 1 batch, then it's fine. So I'm just gonna have 2 pans on the stove and we're gonna do it in 2 pans instead of combining it all because I don't want that to happen again. So we're gonna do that, but this recipe, you can add some real bourbon. However, I don't. I just keep it simple with apple juice. Since I keep apple juice on hand, I don't keep bourbon on hand. So if you try it with bourbon, I don't know how it tastes because I've never tried that. I've always done the applesauce method, the apple juice method on it. And then for dessert, we're gonna have rice, of course, and that I'm making in the Instant Pot. And for the dessert, then it'll be a chocolate chip stuffed peanut butter cookie in a cast iron skillet or something like that. I will link down the recipe down below for you. Whispering Willow Farms had done it on her Facebook. She put a short up of it, and it looked really good. So I was like, I have to try it, and she linked the recipe for that so I can have that, which is amazing. I'm so excited to try it, and I'm sure the family will be excited as well. So let's get into it. At some point, the kids will be home, so I don't know how loud it will be or anything like that, but just remember, I do have children and we do live here. This is our house. I have nowhere else to go, and I'm not going to force them somewhere else. So if it's a little bit loud, I'm sorry, but that's just what it is. So let's get to it. Okay, so first we're going to start off with our chicken breast. So for this, you need 3 pounds of chicken breast, and I have about 5 pounds that I'm gonna do, and I'm going to be cutting. I'm gonna see what I think, and I might cut all of it or I might not. But first, let me rinse some of this off. Okay, so we're gonna start off with about 4 chicken breasts. I'm cutting the fat pieces off, just so that's not on here. And then you wanna cut them in about 1-inch chunks. I do mine sometimes a little bit smaller just because I have kids. But if you want to do the 1 inch, you can do that. This recipe is so good. All the kids love it. This is actually one of the recipes that they request me to make quite often. So I'm just going to continue to dice these in 1-inch pieces, and then I'll bring you back whenever I get done. Okay, you guys, so I just got done cutting up all of my meat. So I'm gonna put that in the refrigerator just for a little bit because I have to go get the kids from school, and then I will bring you back whenever I get back. So for my rice, I think I'm gonna do 4 cups. Let's do 5. No, let's do 4. We'll do 4. now I'm gonna rinse it really good and then I will come back. What's up now? So to this I added 5.5 cups of, girl. So to this I added 5.5 cups of water, and now I'm just gonna add a little bit of oil and then a little bit of salt. And then I'm just going to give it a mix. And then we're gonna do it in the Instant Pot for about 12 minutes and then let it release naturally. Okay, so we want to put our chicken that is cut up into inch squares or pieces, and you want to add in 4 tablespoons of cornstarch. And then you want to add in a 1/2 teaspoon of salt and pepper. And then you just want to give this a good mix to get it all coated. This will help give it that texture, like whenever you go out and get bourbon chicken, it has that certain texture. This will give it that. Since I have a little bit more meat, I'm gonna add 1 more tablespoon of the cornstarch. Okay, and now, so I added olive oil to my pan. So we are just going to wait for this to heat up really fast. So since our pan is heated up, we're going to start adding in our chicken. Oops, made a mess. Get some tongs to do this with. Okay, so with your chicken, you just want to try to make sure that it's in an even layer and touching the pan. We just want to cook this until it's golden on all sides. Okay, so you want it to start getting browned just like that. And once it is like that, then you just turn them off and let them cook some more. Now we're going to start creating our sauce. So we took out all of our meat, and now we're just going to add in 4 cloves of garlic. And we are going to let that cook for about 30 seconds until it begins to be fragrant. And with our meat, you don't have to have it all the way done. You just want it browned really good, and then it'll cook more at this section, this part. Okay, so now we are going to go ahead and start adding, hold on, we're going to start adding in our other ingredients. So you need a cup of chicken broth. soy sauce. So I have cocoa amino, so that's what I'm going to be using. So we need 2/3 cups. If I can get it open. Okay. And then we need 1/3 cup of apple juice. And if you're not going to use bourbon, you're going to need a little bit more. So it calls for 1/4 cup of bourbon. So we'll just add in the extra apple juice instead. No, Owen. Next, we are going to add in 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Just like so. And then we need 1 cup of brown sugar. Just like that. And then we are going to add in some ground ginger and onion powder. I don't have ground ginger, so I'm just adding in some onion powder. And then 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. Just if I can find mine right here. You can add more or you can not add this at all. It's just all up to your preference. However, I do add it to ours. I just don't do as much as the recipe calls for because I do have kids. And my kids don't care for spicy. Okay, so now we want our heat to be at a medium. And then we want to make sure that we stir everything together to get it well incorporated. We're going to let this come to a medium heat, and then we are going to bring it to a gentle boil. And then that's when we will add in our chicken after that. Almost forgot one thing, but you also need 1/3 cup of ketchup. Okay, so this is what you want, and so now we're going to add in our chicken. So we're adding in our chicken. You want to be careful with doing this because it will be really hot. See if I can fit it all in here. It's barely going to fit, you guys. Okay, it barely fits, but we did it. So if you come back and you see it in a different pot, then you know why. But it will reduce down quite a bit. So I'm just going to let this sit here for a little bit and let it do its thing for about 10 minutes and then come back. So while that is doing its thing, I'm going to go ahead and start on my dessert. So what it's called is a secret ingredient peanut butter stuffed chocolate chip skillet cookie. So the secret ingredient is, let me find it. It's white miso paste. However, I don't have that. No. However, I don't have that, so I'm not going to use that, which I'm sure would make it very yummy. So I preheated my oven, and you want a 10 to 12 inch cast iron pan for this. When we start, you just want to get a small bowl and mix in some of your ingredients. So we're going to do 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. And I'm actually going to transfer this into a different bowl. I mean, obviously. And just like that. And then to this, we want 1 teaspoon of baking soda. and then a half teaspoon of salt. And then mix that up. Okay, let's see what's next. So next, we're gonna set this aside. Okay, so we need 2 sticks of unsalted butter. However, I only have salted, so that's what I'm using. And you want it to be softened, so I'm just gonna pop it in the microwave just for a little bit. Are you hungry? Okay, so next to a bowl, you want to add in your softened butter, 2 sticks of butter, and then we're gonna do a cup of brown sugar. Brown sugar. We need a half a cup of regular sugar. Half a cup of that. And then 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Can you go potty? Can you go potty, Bubs? Hey guys, sorry about that. I had to take Owen to the potty because we are starting to potty train him, which is very exciting. Okay, so we did that. So now we needed to add in some miso paste. However, we don't have that. So we are just going to beat this until it's creamy for about 3 to 2 minutes. Okay, so once that is creamy, we're going to add in our eggs. So we need 2 eggs, so there's 1 and 2. Hey, you have to hold on, Mommy's still using it. Hold on. Now we're going to slowly add in our flour mixture. So what I'm just going to do is add half, beat it, and then add the rest. I'm going to add in 1½ cups of semi-sweet chocolate chip. Just like so. And we're going to add in 1 to 2 cups of pretzels lightly crushed. Then we're going to add these in as well, and then we're going to gently fold these in. Okay, you guys, so that will give you an arm workout, but we did it. So what we need to do next, we need to do the peanut butter mixture. So we're going to do that in this bowl. So in here you need peanut butter, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and a pinch of salt. A cup of peanut butter. And we're going to add that into the bowl as well. to this, we're just gonna mix it up. And we are going to set this to the side. So now we're gonna, to a greased 10 to 12 inch cast iron, we're going to add in half of the dough. And we're going to try to even it all out to the best that we can. Okay, and now to this, we're going to go ahead and add in our peanut butter mixture. And we're just going to spread that all on the dough. And then to this, we just need to add in the rest of our dough. Just plop it on there. And then in the top, I'm just going to get a couple of pretzels and just stick them here and there. Just like that. And some chocolate chips. I'm going to put a couple in a few places. Okay, you guys, now I'm going to put this in the oven at 350 for 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, you guys, now we have the bourbon chicken done, so I'm going to show you that really quick. So this is what it looks like. It's super good, and now I'm going to plate it up, and then I will show you guys after it's plated up. And this is how it looks. Okay, you guys, so the food was delicious. What do y'all think about the bourbon chicken? Everybody loves it. Ian's on his third plate. And I took out the dessert, and this is what it looks like. So we cannot wait to try this. But for now, you guys, that is it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.